I need you to find the difference between this guy and this guy. Because right now, they're the same shit. Let me explain. As Genji, your effective range is going to be a medium to short range off angle. Medium to short range because you can land your shurikens and dash a lot more reliably and bursty at this range, and an off angle compared to playing main with the team because you're a small fast green cyborg ninja dude that can dash 15 meters in 0.4 seconds, climb walls, and apparently double jump, which should take normally around 8.4 million joules of energy of kicking the air beneath his feet, or roughly 9 sticks of Bash's dynamite, but I digress. Anyways, in case you weren't aware of it, Overwatch is a game about map control in order to gain an objective, disguised as a team hero-based first-person shooter. That's right, it's not just about landing your shots. Looking at you, Kovacs players. Because it's a lot easier to land shots and force enemy resources when your team is surrounding them like this, and they're all huddled and panicked like this.
They use Noon and they use Rally.
And there's lots of different ways to do this, and every hero in the game uniquely controls space. That's why you find Widowmaker sitting in spawn and still getting giga value, while a Tracer's risking her life and limb to do essentially the same thing, which is control space around the objective. It's just that Widowmaker's effective range is a long sightline because she lacks mobility and has a long range weapon, while the Tracer is a hypermobile P shooter with a short effective range. So now, let's get back to your King's Row VOD. In this game, you're effectively a Torbjorn turret, right? Because you both take chip damage, and you both do chip damage, and you both are essentially fucking useless at long range behind your team. What you should be doing is controlling a short to mid-range off angle a dash away from cover, your supports, or a health pack. On first point, that's going to be these three areas. Since you're on Ana Brig, that are relatively immobile but very powerful when set up right, that's going to limit you to these two areas. So I would personally start poke with your Sigma statue and look for opportunities, but if the enemy team is able to push up, which they do because they're on Rhine against Sigma, fall back to these areas and be a threat to the squishies to say, hey, if you walk here to try and shoot my team, you're dead, because this is my effective range that's within the line of sight of my Ana Brig. That means easy follow-up on Ana nades from you, easy brick packs so you don't immediately die, and easy dash away to safety either through cover or back to your team if your tank gets low and decides to disengage. So in summary, don't be a Torbjorn turret doing chip damage behind the team. Before the fight starts, set up a medium to short range off angle, a dash away from your support to cover so that you can get in there and Thanos snap people in the head. Now, of course, there's a billion other things I can critique, but in terms of like implementing one or two things that you can take into your next game and just focus on, this would be the most important thing right now, in my opinion. As a GM Genji main myself with some collegiate and coaching experience, thanks for listening to my TED Talk.